boldness, and it tempered today. Sent Yeah, it's not even going to be talked about. It's fascinating to watch. In Buddhism, there are oh, I forget the term. There's certain teachings that there's like you're like initiated and they're secret. And it's not because it's special. It goes in the opposite direction of that. But it's got its own, it seems like it's got its own intelligence. And I imagine there could be pushing that can be an experience. Um, there was pushing today. Oh my gosh, it required so much effort. It was a little bit quite a different context. It wasn't, yeah, it was something else, but it's part of my consulting job. I am supposed to support clinical supervisees in pulling up reports and sending an update about their metrics and their plan to address any gaps in their metrics. Thank goodness there was some stuff written down. It still was all completely wrong. I could not make my brain do the job. This is very hard to describe, but it wasn't like taking a test where you don't know the answers. It wasn't like that. Yeah, language does not exist. It really does not exist for, yeah, all the language has connotation that is not accurate. So I did my best, but I could not, it was math, but it wasn't exactly because it was math. Yeah, I can't. There were multiple points where I was right on the edge of like, sorry, I can't do it. I can't, I can't do it. And it was not, it was somewhere between capability and motivation. It wasn't that I was incapable because I'd done it before. It wasn't that I didn't care. It wasn't that there wasn't motivation. I wanted to be able to do it. I'd done it before. And I care about Karina and I care about Libo. So it wasn't any of those things, but it was just adjacent to all of them. Nowhere. It was nothing that seemed to be kind of adjacent to all of those. Like trying to run. Oh my God, it's exactly like trying to run in a dream. I could not make it happen. And it wasn't because I didn't know how to run or didn't want to run. And it wasn't some like medical problem. Easy shit. And then Karina had to send all these like corrections to it. It's like there was no self-consciousness, like zero, no shame, no it like I would like to be able to do it. I did my best. And then in my feedback group, there was a new member and I shared how I share. I didn't I didn't quite let it. I think if he hadn't been there, I wouldn't have even shared. I would have just played. I would have shared screen and just shared sharing earlier so that I'm one of these. Like I think that's what I would have done. Um, because I don't there's no I don't know why I'm still going to feedback group. I don't get anything out of it. I don't except that I it's another place where I can like talk about this stuff and they tolerate it. Um, so yeah, there was talking about this stuff and it was edited. It was there was an attempt to make it cohesive and related to the feedback group topic. But even still, the new member was like, I don't understand anything you just said. I feel like I was in an AP class and I don't know if I belong here. And then later he was like apologizing for that. I was like, and I had nothing. Like when he was sharing, I was inside, I was like, yeah, totally. It makes sense. That's a really reasonable reaction. And again, like I did my best. Um, but it didn't phase me at all. Like not even a little bit. And even when there's like there was like the character had some irritation with one of the members around like double booking or something. I don't know what is going on there. Like just not I don't know what it is. And it happens, but I don't believe it. Like I don't believe my experience. Like I don't take it seriously. So the irritation was there a bit, but it wasn't at all made important or prioritized or believed. And it was a similar thing, so it wasn't going to be shared, but now I think it might be now shared. Like a friend um, responded to something with like intellectual stuff or like, yeah, it's going to be vague. And there was like that's the wrong direction. So that came up, but then it's like, it feels true, but I don't actually know. There's no way to know. Anything's possible. So I don't know that awakening can happen through the intellect, but maybe. So yeah, go look up people who aren't awakened talking about this thing. I don't know. I certainly, in my travels, came across tons of that shit. For me, for this, it like saw through it. Like, what? There would be someone who's awakened, and then translation of their words, and then all this commentary on their words. It's like philosophy talk, like debating ideas. It just didn't, it was so clear that that would get me nowhere. It's getting me nowhere. It got me nowhere. I mean, not, it can get you stuff in the relative for sure. It can get you clout or reputation or degree or, but besides that, not much. Here, it just had no value as far as the awakening. But again, like, I don't believe it 100%. It's just how it was here. I can't know how it could be for somebody else. Maybe that can be a path to awakening. I don't know. I did around a third thing today. Gross. Oh yeah, there was like a fella. He stopped by when I was wrapping up at the vet with the flyer. And then when I was leaving, I saw him again. And there was definitely and it wasn't like he wasn't like, why is this important to say? It just feels important to say in that I wasn't like objectifying somebody. He wasn't like some hot guy. But there was something there, there was like a recognition or a vibe between us. Like we both looked at each other multiple times. Um, and that too was like kind of not believed. It was just itself. Oh yeah, and the guy moving out. Like he's a guy that I'd had interactions with in the basement. Very brief, like saying hello. But again, each time we would say hello, it was not flippant. It was purposeful, maybe. I don't even know that for sure. But and today there was like friendliness towards him, but it was not, it was empty, like no agenda. It was, there was some momentum from the previous kindnesses exchanged, maybe like it's very subtle interest, but there, it was like he's moving out and there's nothing like, yeah, and it's just, I have nothing to offer. I have nothing to offer someone. Nothing. So yeah, that one, there wasn't even something to not be believed. It was known immediately. It felt really free. It felt so good to feel that difference where he was just a human. So, I don't know how the well-being it's going so much, the suffering is going so much that the increased well-being is it's like getting less and less. I say the words, it's the experience is like the opposite of the word. So it's like it's getting less and less special, but that's what makes it so amazing. That's how it is increasing. That is how it's more well-being, is in it not mattering. Um, Barely being registered. Just the sense is getting vaguer and vaguer. But it, oh my God. And it does, it erases time, but not in the way, in any way that the mind could, would conceptualize. And it makes a moment so relaxed. Whole day can be filled with tons and tons of stuff. It can be filled with almost nothing. Equal, something different. And neither is made a problem. And it's made less and less problem. This is like when I hear Susan Chang, she's like, it, again, I'm going to be now a broken record that's saying the same thing, but it's not even remotely close to how it was. But the words only take it so far. There's also less, at least today, there was less pressure to want a need to give it away or help others see. So that might be, it might just be how it was today, or it might be, that might be another thing that's leaving. Really happy when Stephanie said today she met for coffee. It's just so funny. She's like, I don't know why, I just like, there's all these things I could be doing. Is this the best use of my time? But I don't know. I'm just here. I just started heading over. But she said like something like she has a feeling that she's got to kind of forge her own path or get there herself. And it's so true. And it's like, yes, 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 exactly, exactly. Yeah, the thing that I sent them, that one of them, that Catherine yeah, talked about some esoteric philosophical platform or something where they discuss these scriptures and things like that. And she's like, oh my God, I look at that again. I was like, oh, okay, I don't, again, like, I don't know that that's going to get you anywhere. That sounds like the wrong direction and more of the same, but I didn't say it. It didn't, because I don't know. It's just, absolutely the opposite direction of how it happened here. Or what is deepening it here. It's heading away from all that shit. But for her, that might be exactly it. I can't know. But what I sent them, it wasn't like after I sent it, right after I sent it, I was like, oh, this will be most likely experienced intellectually, like the words. But what was so joyful about it here was what is that it was like sisterhood, the um in experiences, what is directly being experienced here. Uh, that the everything is everything, and it's love in that it's everything. The hate and disgust and joy and murder and the saintliness. Yeah. Losing it and finding it and all that dance of something that it's all the same love, free to be all those things. It wasn't set, it wasn't heard intellectually, it wasn't sent intellectually, it was deeply recognized, very familiar. That doesn't really matter for anyone else. If that's not what they're seeing or where they are, or what particular thread for them. It's so funny that we send these things. We keep doing it. We're sending each other videos and talking, sharing. Something else in this moment that's noticed greatly diminished. So recently, videos, there's like, this doesn't matter. There's no reason to be recording. That's true, but it's not, even that doesn't feel forceful or meaningful or anything like that matters at all. Doesn't matter that it doesn't matter. See, it's just, that's the well-being. It's just, it negates everything. It's free to be everything and negates everything. It feels so good. It feels so good. This is what I was sharing in the feedback group that is like so hot. It's so sexy. It's so visceral. Mm, 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 mm. Right. Bango. An evening swim in water that's doesn't shock the system. That's just wet. It's not cold or hot. With morphine, but not numbing, not dampening, softening, but not dampening. Everything is alive. It's alive and free to be alive. Totally release.